Okay, now we're ready to start setting up for our back piece for the pipe stand. And I marked dead center, full length of the board. I came down 2 5/8 inches on each side. I took a square and I squared it off. Then I took a fender washer, that's 1/4 inch in the center, 1 1/8 wide. I set it up on that, dead center, and I mark the center, and I mark it down just about to the bottom of the center hole. Then I take my Minwax can, and usually I do the edge first. Let's see if we can get a better view of that. I put it right on the edge, just above that line. I bring it up. Then I set it on the edge of this, your washer mark, and right on the edge of where you would mark before, and then make my mark. I do that on both sides. And that gives you your top layout. Then we take the bottom, and we'll do the same thing on it. We're just going to use the same can. And you can use about any kind of can for this, or rounded surface piece of pipe or whatever. And I just mark the bottoms, both sides. And then we round that. I have a scroll saw, and I'll just cut it off on a scroll saw. You could use a jigsaw if you had to on this. You're going to sand it anyway. Then, for laying out the pipe stem holder, I measured 1 inch from where it'll hook to the back of your backboard to center on both sides. Made a line. I went dead center, which is 3 inches. Made a mark. I came in 1 1/4 inches from this end to the center, and 1 1/4 inches from this center here. Then using a 3/8 washer, I just center it, hold it down, and then I mark around it. You don't have to mark all the way around, but then I take it to the side and line it up, and that gives you your outside edge. Then you can take it to the center, and remark it. And this end, just center the center hole on your marks. Scribe around. Then you can catch it right on the edge here and mark it. Slide it over just a little and mark it. Do that on both sides, both of the center pieces, I should say. And then the same thing on the end. You want to center it. And mark it. That's laying out the pipe stem holder. Then, for the pipe holder itself, I went 2 inches from the bottom or the back. Up front, drew a line, crossed it 2 inches on each side. Came in 3 inches to the center, got the center marked. 1 1/4 inches on each side in. I took the same can, and that's how I get the corners marked for rounding. you lay out your section for doing the pockets in here, you can use the same fender washer, and it depends on where you want it to the edge. The center one could probably be out a little bit further, but you want to just line it up center of this line. Just go halfway out, halfway around. Bring it back to where you want that pocket to end, and mark it out. Then you can take your ruler, connect both sides. And I'll lay out all three pockets before I get to the router. On the first one I did, I freehanded it. It came out okay. They were a little shallow. They weren't real even around the sides. So this time I went ahead and made this as just a piece of scrap one by. I took 2 washers, marked it out just like this, just like you did with the regular pockets, and then I took a spade bit, I went in on each side, and then I trimmed the rest center section out with a jigsaw. I'll set this on top of this piece to be routered. And that gives you just a guide. I use the sticky dots to hold that in place. Tape works good too, that double-sided tape. That'll hold it, and then go in and router each one of these out. And I use a 3/4 inch Forstner bit to make these holes here. And then I use a scroll saw to catch the sides. And that's it for now. Let's see.
You don't